Oh, and we're back. I'd love to say it's the next morning, but it's almost noon. It's one of the issues, and sometimes when folks are like, just go get this, just go rent that. It's one of the issues of living out here is it's not always close. My local Napa didn't have the welding tank because, I don't know, they say they only keep one. That's why I got that tank, because you guys said you always had them on hand. Anyways, that meant a nearly an hour and a half round trip to go pick up a tank. So that put us quite a bit behind schedule. So I got the truck back in position. I'm going to unlock. I'm going to run out all the cables and cords again. We're going to get the backhoe back up here, finish welding, and I totally forgot to pick up the new welding tip. Dang it. Well, we'll finish welding with the badly melted tip the way it is now, and we'll just get it done. Then when we get it done, I've got everything I need to change the oil in the excavator. Who knows, we might just bag digging in lines today and just do equipment maintenance. I don't know. Alright, the backhoe's done. Well, it's done for now. The cracks in the hole have been welded up. I pulled and machined one of the solid pins to put a zert fitting in it. So now it has grease. I mean, it's got to be better than it was before. Lots of pin slop, but whatever. And welded the hook on so that I don't have to keep reaching around for the hoe. So that's good enough. And what I'd like to do here is get in and start laying out the line. So I've got the excavator running, and I'm going to clean up my mess and level the playing field. I got out the big stainless steel probe, and if you saw that last episode where we were running into rocks, kind of surprise over there, it's all rock. I'm still not sure how much dirt is on top of it, but it's all rock. So we are going to go ahead and take a shot right up the middle. If I can't snake it up and out of my way, then I might as well just deal with it right through the center and make it as short and as straight as possible, which appears to be probably a good idea. I was reading up on all that. Will the liquid outrun the solid aspect? And it seems to be no one has any idea. That's not true. Everybody has got an opinion that they're incredibly attached to, but no one has any idea. State of Montana is going to require, for the main drain into the septic, 4-inch Schedule 40 PVC. We aren't allowed to use anything else. So that's what we're going to put in, and I'm just going to give us like a, you know, somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 per foot drop. Like I said, the septic tank is nice and deep, so I'm not going to have any worries about the line coming to the surface or anything like that. So we're gonna cross it with a reasonable clip, certainly no less than the 1/4-inch minimum. That's all the state of Montana has is minimums. The 1/4-inch minimum listed by the state. We will meet that or exceed it, and we'll go across, and I'll trench a vertical slit into the bank, and then I'll go straight up and over and up and in a stair step, and I won't use 90s, I'll use 45s. I'll put a clean out. I'll put a clean out right there, whether it'll be in front of or behind the wall, I don't know. I got a clean out over here, so I think everything should be fine that way. And it now means that in my feverish dreams there will eventually be a shop down in here. To be honest, it's not really big enough, but in my dreams that's where the shop is going to go. 2 bays, something that concrete floor that I can run the tractors in and weld on them. Get the army trucks in, so it'll be tall, but it won't be particularly long. But that'll run right underneath that slab, so I'll be able to tap into it for a drain sink or something like that, and then I can move the vent line up onto the building. I'm a little concerned with the straight drops that it's gonna gurgle, so we'll have to look into putting, you know, an open air vent. But we'll cross that when we come to it. I fired up. My brother's really cool, and he bought me the Pittsburgh laser level, and I had foolish thoughts that I could set it up, and you know, I do all this by myself, so I thought I could set it up and use my little homemade story pole and do grade or whatnot, but I can't see it. I just can't see it. I can't see the laser light at all. It's just not a strong enough machine. I know the Pure Living for Life guys, they really liked their, I think it was a Ryobi construction level. You know, I got parts and pieces of an old actual transit, you know, XY transit, but it's pretty beat up, and you got to ask, do you trust yourself? And it's missing all the mounting hardware. Dad was going to try to machine it, but I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and get one of those digital things, and you know, it beeps at you and you can zero it and stuff like that. I don't know if you have any opinions on construction levels that you've really liked. I would appreciate it. And then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna mark the run so that I have, you can paint ice, right? I don't see any problem with that. I'm gonna paint the ice and make myself a path. Train. Notice that sun line. It's getting closer and closer. Valentine's Day. That's when the neighbor says the sun will finally hit inside this hillside. Valentine's Day. So here we are. Nears matters, 100 feet across here. It's gonna be a heck of a flat run, but whatever. 100 feet across here. We're about 40 inches deep. Of course, 100 feet, you know, 101/4 is 25 inches, so 2 feet. We need to come up 2 feet across the front of the run, and that would get us into that wall about I don't know, 2 feet or so, but should put us about a foot lower right here. And then I'm just gonna go straight up in that gap. It's got some of these concretions things in there. This, best we can tell, was all laid down by Glacier Lake, Missoula, one of the big floods. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get a paper towel and wipe the mud off my tape now. but I can go over in there. Like I said, I need to paint some stripes in the ice, but I need to go over there and we'll start very carefully digging it down so that I can shovel by hand and expose the connection to the tank. Then we can start coming across. Well, she runs pretty nice, but there are times when it shows its age, and today is one of them. It's just, hydraulics don't have any power, and its top is pretty frozen. It's kind of a bummer. Anyways, just gonna double check depth and keep pushing on. Well, there she is, and the light of day will reveal it is arrow straight. In fact, I think you could just lay parts of the space shuttle right in here and you could align them. It's perfect. Would have been more perfect without the dog leg in it, but given the work I was doing, just trying to get to this frozen ground, we should be fine. Oh. Should be fine. In theory, I've dug it a little deep, mostly because I don't think I could possibly, well, I mean, anything can be done, right? But I don't want to have to chop it open. So that's a little shallow, I think, right there, but I've only got 50 feet of pipe with me so far. And I might need to come down in there, and I should have had the whole trench in line right here. Yeah, should have all been in line right there. Oh well, I can get in there maybe and clean it out. I just move it over and come. Either way, we should be good. Yeah, this is a little shallow. That should be fine though. Come in here and go straight up. The rock wall will cut right through here. Should be fine. So, yeah, I promised that I'd make burgers and stuff, and I'm only about 2 hours past that promise, so sounds like this would be a fine time for me to go home. I think the weather's going to be okay. I'm going to leave everything sit here, open and exposed, and hopefully tomorrow I'd really like to get that first 50 feet laid. If I can get that first 50 feet laid, then I can fill in that, you know, the first 30 feet of ditch, which would be awesome. Be totally awesome. Thanks for watching.